Good day and welcome to Newsmakers. Newsmakers is a presentation of the Rock County Civics Academy in conjunction with JATV Media Services. Our goal each week is to bring someone into the studio who has a big impact on the quality of life of what we enjoy here in the Rock County community. Today joining me in the studio is Lori Warren. Lori is former owner of American Awards and Promotions with her husband, and she somehow talked Mark into a big sale, and it gave her more time to do what she really loved anyway, which is play golf. So, Lori, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
It's nice to have you here. How many years were you and Mark in the American Awards and Promotions business that tied you down 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and all the time?
We bought it from his father in '98, but we started working there in probably '84, '85. I believe his dad started it in '81.
And it's just been, that was the family tradition, the family, you were expected to go into the business, and away you did.
Well, after I graduated from college, I went and worked at Valley Bank for a few years to have a real job, and then came back.
And then you came back.
Yeah.
You know, both you and Mark have made huge contributions to the community in those years you were with American Awards and Promotions. And for some of us, it was kind of a surprise to learn that as soon as this sale was announced, it almost seemed like instantaneously, Riverside Golf Course got the benefit of all of this extra time. So tell me, how did you get involved first with Riverside?
Well, I've been playing on a ladies golf league there since I think 2010, but it was like this year or the end of last year when I was playing with some of my friends, and we're like, oh, Riverside is a gem of a course. It's probably one of the nicest courses in our area, but we didn't have pretty flowers like it used to have and things like that. So we got talking about, wouldn't it be nice if we did little nice things for the course like that?
Well,
And
that course historically has always been considered one of the nicest public golf courses in the state. Even though it does not have those amenities,
right.
just the course layout and how well the course has been maintained is something that is almost legendary.
Yeah,
But
their
to add the
super-
extras to it, that's a nice touch.
Their superintendent does an awesome job keeping it in really good shape. Yeah.
But you got involved because, honestly, it couldn't be better.
And I had extra time now after I retired,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
And it kind of morphed into really quickly, well, instead of just doing that, well, we could do other nice things for them. They need new deck furniture. We could do this, we could do that. So we got a group together and started this spring in April.
Okay. And you're modeled a little bit after Friends of Riverside Park or Friends of Palmer Park, that sort of model where it's a citizens group of volunteers who organize for the specific purpose of providing labor and other support to our recreational facilities.
Right. A lot of it's fundraising. We set up as we're a fund under the Community Foundation of Southern Wisconsin, so they take care of all our donations going in, and when we choose to buy items for the golf course, they have the money and they cut the checks.
Okay. And that gives you the advantage of not necessarily having to incorporate within the state of Wisconsin on your own and then pursue the 501c3 charitable status. It gives you that opportunity to use the Community Foundation as the conduit for donations. So if I'm interested in making a donation to the organization, I can make that check out and it's processed through the Community Foundation, and I have that advantage of tax deductibility and all that, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay. That's a nice way to be able to do business without having to go through a lot of extra headache and hassle. How big a group is your friends group?
We have 9 people on our advisory board. Other people can, help with our various. We had a golf outing in July, so you can get involved in helping with various fundraisers that we're doing. But our advisory board is 9 people.
Okay. You have been kind of formally organized now for the last year or so.
Just earlier this year, I think
Just
about
earlier
April.
you kicked off. Okay.
Yeah.
And you've got big plans in the works.
We do. This year, I think we've raised a little over $20,000 so far. We're in the process of ordering new deck furniture for the outside back deck area. There's other things, nice things to do. We have kind of a list of short-term items that we'd like to take care of, but our big pie in the sky idea is to get a new clubhouse or renovate the clubhouse.
Janesville has an interesting approach to doing recreational things like golf courses. They hire a private vendor who comes in under contract, and they manage and they run the golf course operations. How do you interact with them?
With the golf, well, we have Matthew and Austin that are the pros at Riverside.
Okay, and they're with which company?
They're actually employees of Kemper.
Okay, they are part of Kemper.
Kemper Sports is the management company that runs the golf courses.
Okay.
But they sit in on our meetings and help give their input on what they see as needs and wants and help us along the way.
And then it gets a little bit more complicated because the city owns the facility.
Correct.
The city owns all of the assets associated with the facility, so you're working with Kemper to determine what the needs are. You're working with the city parks department, I would presume, to kind of get the bigger picture of what those needs are and coordinate all of those things necessary to get the okay to do what you do.
Right. So before, like when our group decided and chose what furniture we thought we wanted to order, I sent the pictures and everything to Colin Slaypeck with the Parks Department so that he could give his approval for it.
So for this first year, what was the targets that you wanted to make a difference with, and tell me what you actually accomplished?
Well, I guess that's the deck furniture that we're working on right now, and the city came and redid the bad boards and redid the deck out back, so then the deck is redone, and then we're getting the furniture for it.
Okay. It's always interesting how when there's an outside group that comes in and insists on a little TLC, that the city's able to pull the resources together and come in and move you up on the list of priorities and actually get some things done. And that speaks volumes to that partnership that you have not only with Kemper but with the city of Janesville. That has developed in very short order.
We invited the city manager to play in our golf outing that we had this summer, so he came out and met our group and played in the golf outing. And then Ryan McHugh, the deputy city manager, we invited him to come sit in on a meeting so he understood what our group was about and what we were doing.
Is there a big picture view that you're trying to coordinate that the city is offering?
They're listening with us. I think maybe 3 years down the road, they're projected to have some money to do a facility evaluation so that they know what kind of maintenance or changes need to be made in the clubhouse. Our group is kind of wanting to move that up a little bit earlier so that we can better plan our fundraising for down the road. It's hard to get big donors when we don't have concrete plans to say this is what we can do. So we're working on, they didn't think that money could be moved up sooner in the budget, so we're working on raising money to help pay for that and get that moved up in the budget.
Well, and it's always interesting from a city council person's perspective, you know, that money you're talking about is actually in the long-range capital improvement plan, and the money actually isn't there, but it's the hope that at some point in the future the money can be allocated in a planned fashion to do those things. And you're always competing with other priorities.
Correct. I know this year the city renovated the greenside bunkers, but that had been talked about 10 years ago and took that long to finally get done. So
people don't realize how much of an expense is involved in maintaining a golf course of the quality and at the level you expect at Riverside.
Yeah, and then when they have to replace the equipment and those special lawnmowers and things, and those aren't cheap.
No, it's a pretty labor-intensive process. You find time to play a lot of golf, too.
I do.
Okay. What's a typical week like for Lori Warren playing golf?
I play twice on Tuesdays and twice on Wednesdays, and any other time I can sneak it in.
Okay. So golf's kind of your life, which is not a bad way to spend your life.
Right, as long as I can keep doing it. Yep.
Well, And it gets you out into the fresh air, and you're getting a little walking in, and I'm gonna speculate that all of this has lent itself to you having an incredible handicap, right?
Um, no, not that incredible.
Single digit?
No,
Okay.
no,
Okay. But aspiring for a single digit.
right.
Okay. Got it. Got it. It, it's kind of fascinating because like every other facility associated with a municipality, unless it gets constant attention, it tends to fall behind on maintenance, and it falls behind on those future things that you want to do. And as money is tighter and tighter, the amenities that go hand in hand with the course, the beautiful flowers, the well-maintained shrubbery, all of that kind of goes into a dormant efforts cycle, and there's a lot to bring back when you finally get that attention going. How do you go about raising money to invest into the infrastructure in the course?
Well, we started out with a golf outing that we had this year in July. Our goal is kind of to have small fundraisers quarterly to keep our name out there. In October, we partnered with My Apartment. They do a meat raffle each month and have a different nonprofit that gets the proceeds for their meat raffle. So we helped them out at that, donated raffle prizes for it, and they donated the proceeds to us for that. We're working on possibly trying to do an indoor golf fundraiser in the winter. We have our next year's golf outing scheduled for Saturday, July 18th. So keep doing small fundraisers like that until we have concrete plans that we can show people to go out and solicit big donors.
Golf is a seasonal thing. You know, I was teasing you off the air earlier about my own rule that says if it's 50 degrees or less, I'm not going to go out and play. And if there's snow on the ground, I'm certainly not going to go out and play.
Snow's a little iffy, yeah, but I played twice last week, so you can still do it.
You're a little bit more insistent and invested than I am, which is great. But it's a seasonal thing, and then all winter long, you've got the golf course and the facilities kind of laying there dormant.
Well, that's kind of in our plans for working on and renovating or a new clubhouse. If we, Pie and Sky plans for it, if you could add a couple indoor hitting bays, you could continue lessons during the winter. You could run indoor golf leagues so hopefully our plans could help generate more income for the city too by having a bigger space to hold a lunch or something after a golf outing. Right now, our ladies' invite that we have in the summer, we spend $1,600 renting tents and tables and chairs to sit outside for it. So it could be used for your having meals after your golf outing. You could rent out the space for meetings or wedding if you wanted there.
Is any of that evaluation in the works as we speak?
We are just in our beginning steps trying to get information together. We had a meeting with Chris Rebout from the Convention and Visitors Bureau, telling us what steps we need to work at, but we need to also raise the money for it because it's not in the city budget for a few years yet.
It's always that challenge of being squeaky enough of a wheel that you can find a supporter on the council. Do you mentioned you had the city manager play in your outing earlier in the year. Get any council members to join you?
No, we didn't.
You didn't. Well, you'll have to work on that because ultimately they're the ones that make those decisions.
Yep.
The whole idea of expanding or building a new clubhouse is kind of intriguing because that's a major investment. That's a major investment. And at the same time, when you think about it, if you're just big picture planning, there's so many possibilities of things that you could do year round that could make that a destination, a fundraising constant that is not today.
And I think as we work down the road, we can work with Kemper Sports on that too. Their regional vice president can help us work on the
I was going to say, what does
evaluation
Kemper Sports do in the winter months when the course is shut down? You, I'm sure that they're investing their time and their energy in other courses, probably somewhere down south or out
Well,
west.
and I think some of the staff, like Matthew, is there, I know, at least through December, and he may be there off and on in the winter too.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those course opportunities that it's always had a reputation of being one of the best public courses in the state of Wisconsin. It will be nice to see it come back with some of the amenities that it used to have, the color, the vibrancy, that, you know, as money gets tight, things don't get the attention they used to.
And I think it could help generate more tournaments too, like the state tournaments, because we don't have the facilities. When I go play in women's tournaments around the state, they require you to have a lunch or a dinner there in your facility, so our facilities don't accommodate that. So we could help draw more tournaments to the course too.
I know we chatted about it earlier, and I don't want to put a bug in anybody's ear, but you've got within a stone's throw across the railroad tracks, in the middle of the golf course, no less, another entity that is a larger facility that has ample parking and then some, and it has the commercial kitchen space and has the dining rooms and all of those amenities that could be in perhaps in play as a joint venture if somebody was foresighted enough to want to even attempt to pull the parties together and talk about using both sets of facilities in a creative way.
Yeah, and right now everything's open and on the table. And
If people want to reach out and make a contribution to the Friends of Riverside Golf Course, how do they do that, Lori?
You can go to the Community Foundation of Southern Wisconsin. Their website is cfsw.org, and you can search for the fund Friends of Riverside Golf Course, and you can make a donation through there.
Okay. And if somebody wants to volunteer, who do they reach out to?
You can reach out to me.
Okay.
My email is lori@wiawards.com.
Okay. Yeah, and if you're looking for an opportunity to get involved in the community and to have an impact, this is one of those opportunities that, by golly, if you get involved now, you're getting into the ground floor, because there's nothing but exciting things on the forefront. I commend you for investing the time and the energy and your organizational skills to pull something like this together, because it's a big job.
It is. I kind of joked a little bit that I created a new full-time job for myself.
You know, and it's fun that you get to a certain stage in life, you can honestly say to yourself, it's not really a job, it's just kind of a passion that is important to me to be about. And you have the added value of being able to play golf there too.
Right.
Yeah, which that's not a bad perk when you think about it. Lori Warren, keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
If there are things that we can do as an organization to be supportive, please let us know. It's fun to watch a group grow from a nucleus of one or two people into a very vibrant group that's raising money and reinvesting in sports facilities in our community that are needed.
And if people want to watch the progress of what we're doing, we do have a Facebook page. That's Friends of Riverside Golf Course.
Okay.
We'll be working on a website, but we don't have that yet.
So lots of opportunities if people are interested.
Yep.
And you rarely turn people away.
Right. And we'll post information of different fundraisers we have and show pictures of the progress that's going on.
Okay. It's exciting. It's something I'm going to be watching a lot more closely now that I know a little bit more about it. So, Lori, all the best going forward. Keep up the great work, because the community needs it. And it takes people like you to make that difference. So keep it up.
Thank you.
Keep it up. My guest on this edition of Newsmakers has been Lori Warren. She is, I hate to use the word retired, because she just simply has transitioned from full-time work in one passion area, American Awards and Promotion, into her newest passion, which is the Friends of Riverside Golf Course. All the best going forward.
Thank you.
And if you're interested in learning more about the Friends of Riverside Golf Course, what's the easy contact again?
Lori, Lori, at wiawards.com.
Lori, thank you again. Lori Warren, another individual on Newsmakers who we hope gives you a little bit better understanding what it takes to make a difference in your community in a really positive way with a pretty broad sweep. Each week we bring in to the studio folks that are making a difference behind the scenes, and in the hopes that maybe you can follow their example and invest your time and your talent and perhaps some treasury into making this an even better community than what we currently enjoy. Have a great week, and until next time, get informed, get involved, and make a difference in your community. Thanks.